So now we've talked about the lowlights and highlights. What are some takeaways that you found? And I know you're still in that processing phase, right? Because you're still supposed to be facilitating the seminar right now.
Hmm.
But what are some takeaways that you've identified so far today, or even from this week, the feelings that you had and the buildup that you had, and then what you wanted to do with this idea?
I love this question because I talk a lot with my clients about the takeaways.
Hmm.
And in any situation, we can take something from that and we have the choice to look at that information and decide what are we going to do with it. And so for me, there's been a lot of takeaways. There's some that are more practical as a business owner and as somebody who is trying to um, generate exposure of my own brand, I realize, okay, here's some areas that I can fine tune. Maybe it is in the advertising, maybe it is in the pricing, maybe it is
Right.
in the way I create that exposure. Maybe there's some strategy and some tactical things that I can do. And then as an individual and as somebody who's trying to grow in that entrepreneurial space, it some big takeaways for me had specifically to do with me as far as just because nobody is here today, just because nobody showed up, that is not a reflection of my value
Right.
and the worth that I have and the passion that I have about this topic and the career navigation in general. None of that simply goes away just because I didn't get the outcome that I wanted. And so that's a really important takeaway for me is that what felt like you said, it feels like a no, um, and that no can feel like a failure, and that failure can feel like a mistake, and it's a lot of those negative feelings can immediately, and it did, it had me questioning things, and it was important to ask myself, well, is it true? Is
Right.
it true that you are a failure? Is it true that this was a mistake? Is it true that you don't have anything of value to offer? And I know right offhand that that answer is no, it's not true.
Right.
It simply means that this time, this well, first time, back to the Thomas Edison reference, he did 1,000 iterations of something. This is literally my first time trying this.
Right.
And
Right.
so it's almost in all reality and putting it in perspective, it's almost more likely that it wasn't the high level of expectation that I had and the high level of success that I built up in my mind. What's more realistic is that it's going to be a learning process. It is going to require refinement. I do still have a great value to deliver. It's just a matter of figuring out how to make that work.
Right. Absolutely. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.